e tabua e o si sambe mo rekan roka adoro mo tabua ando tele taka na waro na Pula FM namba 2 e na ser
bola naga go ilimo do tele taka na FM na go sa sector to na Pula FM
bola o tsempo ni valu ngone ni kandabu me mo kisa o ba chipchipo na sinu ando tele taka bali na waro na Pula FM na bantu na ser
o lorima na ga gi suka lambasa to do tele taka na Pula FM na bantu na ser
Pula FM.
Good evening, this is FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. In this bulletin, Fiji goes through to Wellington Cup quarter-finals after a fine performance in the pool stages. Government, workers' unions and Employers' Federation agree on joint report to ILO. And free textbooks to be ready for distribution within a month. The Vodafone Fiji 7 side has qualified for the Cup quarterfinals of the Wellington tournament in New Zealand. Fiji won all 3 of its pool matches and is on track to win its first Wellington title since 2010. Rohit Deo has more.
Game 4 of the day, Pool B.
The last time Fiji played Japan, it was a 17-14 win for the Fijians. This time around, the Ben Ryan coach side ran in 7 tries to 1 to outclass their opponents 45-7. Ryan says a good start was necessary.
Yeah, they were very good, and we've had a quiet week. Hasn't really felt like tournament week, so I was a little bit unsure how they'd come out, but really pleased with that. And we got all 12 out, and they filled the field really well.
Wales was next up. Pio twice tries, so both teams rested half-time logged at 7-all. But Rosia Colonisau's team scored 26 unanswered points in the second half for a 33-7 win.
Just strolls in.
Yeah, the coach told us what we were doing wrong in the first half. We settled it out in the second half, and we got things right, and the way we wanted to play the game.
The Fijians then outclassed Argentina 31-10 in the pool decider. Nipi Jerry Tuai was pleased that his team's Day 1 mission has been accomplished.
First of all, I'd like to thank the Lord for the strength of the team that enabled us to win the pool game. We are really happy that we've achieved what we've come from and looking forward for tomorrow.
Fiji plays USA in the 4th Cup quarterfinal at 1:08 p.m. tomorrow. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
And we will have more on the Wellington Sevens in our sports segment. Police are investigating the discovery of a body of a man in Tauvata outside Nasinu this morning. The man's body was found by residents of Tauvata who then alerted police. Police spokesperson Inspector Atunaisa Sokomuri says the body is currently kept at the Suva morgue awaiting post-mortem. Sokomuri is calling on members of the public to help them identify the man. Well, the Fijian government last night signed a joint implementation report agreement with the Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation or FCEF and the Fiji Trades Union Congress FTUC. And a Noturanga Review reports that amongst other things, this agreement will now mean that the ILO will no longer need to carry out a commission of inquiry into Fiji's labour issues.
Signed, sealed, but yet to be delivered. A consensus has been finally reached between the government, the workers' union and the employers' main body following a series of deliberations with the ILO tripartite mission this week.
The ILO mission that was here had come to Fiji to inquire as to why a joint implementation report, a single joint implementation report had not been submitted so far, subsequent to the March agreement that was signed last year. And as you know that we have had some issues, but following their arrival in Fiji, they also ended up raising a number of issues that all parties have considered. And we have now, we're happy to announce, have reached an agreement.
Issues agreed to in the report include the restoration of the check-off facilities, reduction of the notice period for strike from 28 days to 14 days, the reinstatement of individual grievances which were discontinued by the Essential National Industries or ENI decree, invitation to ILO to provide technical assistance and expertise to assist the Employment Relations Advisory Board or ERAB, the removal of all references to bargaining units in the ERP, and allowing workers to freely join or form a trade union. Workers terminated during the operation of the ENI decree now have the right to make an application to the arbitration court for compensation, and trade unions deregistered as a result of the ENI decree are now entitled to apply to be registered again in accordance with the ERP. The parties also announced that in light of this achievement, there is no need for the ILO to pursue the Article 26 complaint any further, saying all relevant issues have been solved.
I believe that the issues that we have agreement on are the more serious issues that actually resulted in the complaint to the ILO under Article 26, which called for a commission of inquiry, and generally to do with the freedom of association. Having agreed to resolve these issues, and the complaint on the freedom of association no longer requires to be pursued.
The Fiji Commerce and Employers Federation says it is happy with the outcome of the negotiations.
We've got an agreement before us that we believe is very workable, and we look forward to taking the ILO Article 26 case on Fiji off the agenda of ILO come the March meeting. So
the signed agreement will be delivered to the ILO governing body in its next sitting in March, but before that it will be taken to Parliament, where it is to be passed by way of a bill. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
All textbooks should be ready for distribution to all schools within 4 weeks at the latest, says the Prime Minister of Vorenge, Bainimarama. Bainimarama made the assurance at Ratu Filimone Memorial School in Sorokomba Ba yesterday morning. Eleanor Turangaibiu with this report.
Week 2 of the first school term has now ended, and schools around the country are yet to receive their free textbooks. After it was uncovered that some civil servants were delaying the distribution of the books, the Prime Minister Vorenge Bainimarama has given assurance that the books will be ready within a month.
It is a shame that some civil servants in the Ministry of Education failed to ensure that our children receive their textbooks from day one of the new term in the new year. This is a serious matter. First, it not only deprives children of the books they need, but it infringes on their constitutional right. Second, it undermines the people's faith in the institution that is charged with guaranteeing that right. And that is why we have launched an investigation into the matter. We want to make sure that this kind of inexcusable failure or anything similar never happens again. I'm happy to announce that we have made special arrangements, and therefore all textbooks should be ready for distribution at the latest within 4 weeks.
The Prime Minister was in Ratu Filimone Memorial School to commission a newly constructed perimeter fence, a covered walkway, an upgraded staff restroom facility, and few other maintenance works.
My government was not content just to make education free. We also have embarked on a campaign to improve and upgrade our schools. When children learn in a modern, clean environment, they feel appreciated and they feel important. That translates into productivity, that translates into greater interest in their studies. So that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back here in Sorokomba at the Ratu Filimone Memorial School.
In total, the improvements to the school cost government $65,096. Ratu Filimone Memorial School has a roll of 189 students. Eleanor Turangaibiu, FBC News.
Coming up after the break, John O'Connor leaves NFA on a high note.
And I love Mirchi FM.
Hi, my name is Sonny from Canberra. I love listening Mirchi FM online.
मैं हूँ उर्मिला देवी आसिया सीतावा से जितेन शांडिल को और अश्लील को तावा में लॉक कर दिया जाए.
हम लोग यहाँ से कतो कमे मिर्ची FM सुनता है. मिर्ची FM is hot.
I'm Shelly in Tangan Nursery. Mirchi music simply bindas in nursery.
मैं अशफाक बालिल हुसैन मिर्ची FM मेरे नस नस में.
Mirchi FM.
Welcome back. You're with FBC News. A 45-year-old woman appeared at the Bar Magistrates Court for allegedly biting off a man's tongue on Thursday afternoon. Luciana Loame is charged with act with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. According to police, the incident happened during a fight at a drinking party. Loame will reappear in court on Monday. The victim is still admitted at the Lotoka Hospital. After years of having unreliable water supply, the people of Koronumbu in Ba will now have unrestricted access to purified water. Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama opened the Koronumbu water project yesterday as he rounded off his Western Division tour. Sainiani Mboila has more.
Access to clean and safe drinking water is a right. And while the Constitution guarantees this, Prime Minister Varange Bainimarama says it is government's responsibility to ensure every Fijian receives an adequate supply of water.
One of the most essential services my government can provide is access to clean water. If we want to build a better Fiji that is modern, healthy and prosperous, we need to start with the right foundation. Uninterrupted access to clean water is the most important stepping stone to development. And that is why I'm here to open this new water project.
The water project will bring a new dam and a new system to purify, filter and deliver water to 10 families and the Koronumbu Sangam Primary School. Koronumbu was recently declared a red zone area due to the drought, and residents relied on emergency water supply.
So bringing you this water project isn't only the right thing to do, it's a responsibility that my government is required to provide. And it is a responsibility we are committed to meeting and that we meet. And that is a responsibility we meet with great joy.
Resident Suresh Kumar is happy they now have clean and safe water.
The community has been living here since 1966, but I came here in 1991. Since then, our water problem was there all the time. Clean and safe water we got. No dust and anything, just like a mineral water.
The new water project cost government $26,225. Sainiani Mboila, FBC News.
Staff and board members of the National Fire Authority today bid farewell to outgoing Chief Executive Officer John O'Connor. O'Connor joined the organization in 2012 and has made a lot of contribution towards NFA's success in the last few years. Shireen Lata reports.
NFA outgoing Chief Executive John O'Connor says he came with a vision and a mission to NFA 3 years ago, which was to lift up the standard of the organization.
One of the major challenges we had to address urgently was the financial sustainability of the organization. I know when I joined, we were struggling financially. We were almost not meeting our operational cost. I think looking back, the last 4 years and where we are now, I think we can comfortably say that we are in a sound financial position.
Under his leadership, O'Connor has brought about many positive changes and reforms within the organization.
O'Connor has been an awesome leader for National Fire Authority, very strong in his leadership ethics and governance. He's really strengthened the areas of discipline and the upholding of policies and procedures.
Those who know him well might have noticed that being the chief executive for NFA, O'Connor himself attended almost every fire incidents around the country, just like an ordinary firefighter.
I believe in leading by example. So that's why whenever there's a fire, in the last 3 years, in the Central Division, I think I've only missed 3 or 4 fires. When I'm in Fiji, in all the big fires in the West, whatever the time, I've left my home. And I'm usually in the West in 2-3 hours.
Okona is expected to start on his new role as the Chief Executive Officer of the Fiji Rugby Union next month. Sharin Lata, FBC News.
Minister for Defence and National Security Timothy Natuva has reiterated a strong message by the Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama that Fijians need to be more security conscious. The minister was speaking at the fourth and final consultation for the National Security Strategy 2016 in Suva earlier this week. Alan Stoltz reports.
These workshops marks an important milestone in the security and defence review process.
Fijians need to be more aware of the events happening around them that could have an impact on Fiji as a nation.
It is our obligation to be observant and have discernment of your immediate and your domestic environments and the region and international affairs that will affect the local environment today and future.
The National Security Strategy aims to strengthen Fiji's national security and defence. Minister Timothy Natuva shared the Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama's sentiment that Fiji will not work alone on this strategy.
So we are not only being more vigilant ourselves about the national security across the board, but we are also expanding our cooperation with other governments and law enforcement agencies. No one country can operate in isolation. So it is even more important than ever for us to work closely with neighboring governments and the rest of the international community in a unified and holistic manner.
Shareholders reviewed the draft strategy and offered up their suggestions to the review committee. The draft will then be finalized before the strategy is presented in Parliament next month. Ellen Stoltz, FBC News.
Coming up in sports after the break, Fiji to meet USA in Cup quarters at the Wellington Sevens. And Fiji Open table tennis wraps up in Suva.
Bula, I'm Duri from Nasinu Market. My choice is simple, Gold FM. Only the classic hits.
My name is Yvonne. I'm from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Sayandra, my name is Sunny. Only the Gold FM at Golden Point Resort, Rakiraki.
Hi, I'm Anna of Nasinu. When it comes to a radio, my choice is always Gold FM, only the classic hits.
My name is Anna and I'm from Nandi. I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Now, as mentioned earlier, the Vodafone Fiji 7 side has qualified for the Cup quarter-finals of the Wellington leg of the World 7 Series. Fiji now faces USA in the fourth quarter-final at 1:08 p.m. tomorrow. In other quarter-finals, New Zealand will play Kenya at 12:02 p.m. England takes on Argentina at 12:24 p.m., while South Africa plays Australia at 12:46 p.m. And the Fijians finished their pool stage undefeated, recording 3 wins on day one. Fiji thrashed Japan 45-7 in its first match, and Rohit Deo tells us more.
One thing, they are here to play. Well, they always are.
The first match for any team at a Sevens tournament is one of the hardest, and the Fiji Sevens team came up against Japan in their tournament opener. The Ben Ryan coach side showed no mercy to the Japanese as they ran in 3 tries in the first half for a 21-7 lead at the break.
Well, get on with the job. Japan now wanting to come across on this right-hand side. Tuwai again, looked inside. Threats all over the show. How about that? Rawatha gets the try. What about the pass?
The Fijians continued with their flair, scoring 4 more tries in the second half.
Fiji will look to capitalise on the outside. And the pass was good enough. The finish outstanding. Rawatha in again. Former New Zealand rugby star Melody Robinson on the sideline with us from All Black Christian Cullen upstairs. And Fiji tearing it apart in Wellington. Oshima. No chance of stopping the big man.
Ryan says it's important for his side to get off the blocks with a bang.
Well, we gave away a couple of needless free kicks being in front of the ball.
But generally, you know, it's the first one out of the way. We were genuinely worried about Japan. You know, they're a good side with some excellent players, and I think will cause trouble in this group. So just to get off the mark early, and now we've got 2 hard games. Wales, if they beat us, they're in. If they lose to us, they're out. So a tough game.
A win against Japan is a clear message to other top teams that Fiji will be a hard team to stop from lifting the title tomorrow evening. Rohit Deo, FBC Sports.
Well, next up was Wales for the Ben Ryan coach team, with both teams locked at 7-all at the break. The Fijians scored 26 unanswered points for a 33-7 victory. Here are the tries.
Out here to Kupanambao, and it's 2-on-1, and he eventually gets it out to Pio Tuwai, and he just strolls in. Malua, very good indeed. Got the beautiful ball away to a flying Samanatha Rawatha, and the flying Fijians get the first try in the second half. Representing other countries as well. It's a production line. And this man here, the captain, he's class. All class. Kunatani, pick and go. Oh, wonderful step by the big man. Sami Kunatani. We saw so much of this in the last series. We have missed him in the first 2 events as he looked to did certainly work. And here we go again, a big strong carry from Mokarafangi. He got it out to Kunatani, and Sami Kunatani has a double.
Fiji defeated Argentina 31-10 in their last pool match. This is their 36th consecutive pool match that Fiji has won in the World 7 Series, meaning they haven't lost a pool match in the last 12 tournaments. Here are the highlights from that match.
To all the Fijian fans watching at home, and it starts again. Sami Rawatha, he's a beast. Patient set up here, Tuwai throws one out the back nonchalantly. There's the offload. Vatemo Ravovo basically walks it in. Has to go back to clean up, and he does it beautifully again. Ravovo for the line. Thought about throwing the pass and then said, nah, I'll do it myself. Reminder 2 of the equation. The winner will face the US tomorrow. The loser will face England. Cup quarter-finals. And Fiji fancy the US the way they're going here.
Meanwhile, a star-studded New Zealand side had a close 19-14 win over South Africa in the last match of the day. The Africans led 14-12 with Joe Webber scoring the try after the hooter after receiving an offload from Sonny Bill Williams. The All Blacks finished the day with 3 wins in as many matches.
Yeah, you know, that game was like a final, you know. They had all the team in the ball in the first half, and we just had to D up. We just needed the ball, really, but credit to them. Every time we take the ball in, they contest the ruck and made it really hard on us.
Meanwhile, live coverage of the Wellington Sevens on FBC TV begins with the ball quarterfinals at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. Candidate Master Kelvin Prasad is expected to face stiff competition in defending his title at this weekend's National Blitz Chess Championship. Siblings Ronald Terumbia, Tiniata Terumbia, Kees Terumbia and Kabrina Terumbia are some players that will be out to upset the traditional champion. A total of 25 prizes have been confirmed by Tapu City for the tournament, which will be held this Sunday at their conference room in Suva. And members of the public who know competitive chess are most welcome to participate in the event. The Fiji cricket team lost its second match by 7 wickets against Zimbabwe at the Under-19 World Cup underway in Bangladesh yesterday. Fiji battled first and were all out for 81 runs in 27.4 overs. In reply, Zimbabwe easily reached the target, scoring 84 runs in 18.5 overs with the loss of 3 wickets. Fiji lost its first match against England by 299 runs and faces the West Indies in their last pool match. Sisters Sally and Gracie are enjoying playing together in the Fiji Table Tennis Open doubles competition. The younger of the two, Grace, scooped the under-15 and under-18 grade title and finished runner-up to her elder sister, Sally, in the under-21 grade. 13-year-old Grace says the Fiji Open has helped boost their confidence in competing in their individual and doubles events.
We communicate well, and we feel confident playing with each other. We get to play and learn more from other players because they have different techniques.
The Yee sisters will be part of the national squad that will compete in the World Junior Circuit in Malaysia next month. Fine weather prevailed apart from brief showers were experienced over most parts of the country today. All centres recorded temperatures in the 30s today. Nandi, Lotoka and Bah hit a high of 33 degrees, Lambasa the lowest with 30 degrees. Tomorrow, brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands are expected. There should be fine weather elsewhere apart from isolated afternoon or evening showers and a few thunderstorms. As for the further outlook, brief showers over the eastern parts and interior of the larger islands, afternoon or evening showers and thunderstorms elsewhere. Recapping the main stories, Fiji goes through to Wellington Cup quarterfinals after a fine performance in the pool stages. Government, Workers' Unions and Employers' Federation agree on joint report to ILO. And free textbooks to be ready for distribution within a month. On to our poll question. This week we asked, do you agree with Semi Kunatani's inclusion in the Fiji Sevens team? You can visit our FBC website to take part. You can also send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email, citizens@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us through our Facebook page, FBC News. If you're on Twitter, follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. You've been watching FBC News. I'm Amrita Priyadarshini. Good night.
I'm Sarah, I'm from Tafwa, and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Freddy, I'm from Gamiatong. I listen to Mario on the traffic jam every afternoon.
Hi, my name is Salah, I live in Nasinu. Today FM rocks.
My name is Denasa and I'm from Lutoka and I love listening to Today FM.
My name is Ulamila, I work at Golden Point Resort. I love listening to Today FM. It rocks in Raki Raki.
I'm Mary from Mandera. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
We love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.